Decision day is here. Playoff games for a handful of teams. Pretty much, I know that's what decision day is for. I'm super pumped for this. And we will start off with Charlotte FC versus Inter Miami. Charlotte really need to win this match at home. They went on the road and drew against Miami on Wednesday, and before that, they beat Chicago 2-0 on the road. They're on a 3-game unbeaten streak. Inter Miami not playing for anything. We know that they're eliminated. And I think that Charlotte win this game 2-1 over Inter Miami. Then we have Colorado Rapids versus Real Salt Lake. Currently, the Rapids, we know, are out of the playoffs. They were one of the first teams eliminated from the playoffs, but Real Salt Lake have a chance to get into the top four for that home field advantage. So this is a game that I feel like that they want to win. They want to go on the road. They drew in their last match against LA Galaxy 2-2. Colorado drew on the road to FC Dallas. But I think that Real Salt Lake go on the road. We know that they're a good road team, and I think that they win this match 2-0 over Colorado. Next up, we have Columbus Crew versus CF Montreal. Columbus Crew trying to get into the top four, stay in the top four. CF Montreal, they are still trying to get in the playoffs. This is going to be one of those wild ones to me. Columbus Crew are coming off of a draw against Atlanta United, where CF Montreal are coming off of a win 4-1 over Portland Timbers, which Portland has been playing pretty well recently. But even though that they are playing at lower.com field, Columbus is definitely the better side. I think this match ends in a draw. Both teams are fighting for something, and I think that they're going to match. It's going to go 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. But I think that it ends in a draw there at lower.com field, 2-2. Now for this next one, we have FC Cincinnati versus my Atlanta United. Really, there's no implications for either one of these other than Atlanta can move up to 5th place, but they can't get into the top 4. Or they could draw, if Nashville win, depending on, some of the other thing. If Nashville wins, they could move above Atlanta. And then FC Cincinnati, even though that they have clinched the Supporters Shield stuff, they could tie for the best home points in a season. So I think that they're going to fight for something, but I think Atlanta stops them from getting that. I think that it's a draw there in Cincinnati, 2-2 also. So next up, we have LA Galaxy versus FC Dallas. We know that the Galaxy are out, but they are playing at home against FC Dallas. Galaxy could ruin this for Dallas. They have not clinched yet. They are currently 8th place, but they are tied with 2 other teams at 43 points. Dallas have drawn their last 5 matches. LA are coming off of a draw also. They're playing in Carson. Dallas has to win this. This is a must win for Dallas if they want to clinch. And I don't think it's going to happen. I want it to happen, but I don't think it will. I think that this match is in a 1-1 draw. Yes, I have 3 matches in a row, all ending in draws. But yes, I believe this game also ends in a draw. That leads us into Nashville SC versus New York Red Bulls. Red Bulls need to win to get in. It's a must-win for them. Currently, they are on a 2-match winning streak, where Nashville are on a 2-match unbeaten streak. They are coming off of a win against the Revs, 3-2 at home, where the Red Bulls beat Toronto 3-0. Nashville has never won this matchup. They are at Geodis Park, and I hope that this prediction I get wrong, because I would like to see the Red Bulls make it to the playoffs. But I really think that Nashville are going to try to push to just get a little bit higher seed so they can hold off from playing, Cincinnati or Orlando pretty quickly. So I'm going to have to say that Nashville win this match 2-1 over the New York Red Bulls. So another fight for the top 4. Both of these teams are fighting to stay in the top 4 for home field advantage. That is the New England Revs versus Philadelphia Union. The Revs are currently on a 3-match losing streak. what is going on with them? Are they falling apart? Why are they falling apart right before playoffs? Then you have the Union that are pretty mediocre. They have 1 win and 4 draws in their last 5 matches. They are going on the road to Gillette Stadium. And I have to say this. I think with the way that the Revs are playing currently, they lose this match at home. This is going to be their second loss at home this season. And it's going to come to the Philadelphia Union. And I think that the Union win this match 3-2 at Gillette Stadium. That leads us to the first match that we are doing for a watch along on Saturday, and that is NYCFC versus Chicago Fire. It's one of those ones. If you win, you're in pretty much. Now, NYCFC, it's a little different for them because they have to have a couple things go their way, but this is Chicago's chance to go on the road, win this match, and make the playoffs. Both teams lost their last matchup. And this one was a tough one for me because I'd like to see either one of these teams make it. I think that they have played mediocre through the season, but I feel like since Leagues Cup they've kind of picked it up. Just my personal opinion. And the last time that these two teams played was back in March, and they drew 1-1, and that game was in Chicago. But I'm going to have to go against this. I want Chicago Fire to win, but I think with them being in New York, and New York are trying to fight to get into the playoffs too, I just think that NYCFC have a little bit more, I don't know, maybe talent. I don't know if that's the best way to put it or not, but I think that NYCFC win this match 3-1 over the Chicago Fire. Now we have Portland Timbers versus Houston Dynamo. Again, here's another one. Houston is trying to stay in that top 4. Portland are still trying to get into the playoffs. They lost their last match pretty big to CF Montreal, which I was kind of surprised, even though it was on the road. With the way that they've been playing, I thought that they would have had a better match. Houston, though, coming off of a 5-1 victory over Colorado, which should be expected for Houston with the way that they're playing. I would love to see Portland get in, and really they could get in even with a loss here, but Houston needs to stay in that top 4 to get that home field advantage. I think that is really important to them, and because of the way that they've played this year, they have been very strong at home. And I think that they go on the road here and go to Providence Park and win this match 2-1 over the Portland Timbers. Next up, we have a game that I really hope that the one team wins, and that is San Jose Earthquakes versus Austin FC. Austin has been eliminated from the playoffs, but San Jose really need to win to stay in, or just get lucky and other teams lose. You know what I mean? They gotta have luck on their side, but really to solidify that, they need to win this match at home. And currently they're on a 3-match drawing streak. So the last 3 matches they've drawn them all. Austin, they lost their last match. San Jose needs more than just a draw here, and I think that they get it, especially with them being at home, and I think that they win this match 3-2 over Austin FC. Now we have the second match that we are going to live stream for Decision Day, and I am most excited about this game because it really, truly is one of those ones, you win, you're in, and that is Sporting Kansas City versus Minnesota United. Sporting Kansas City are coming off of a road win against Real Salt Lake. Minnesota destroyed LA Galaxy at home 5-2. I think that we're going to see goals in this one. I have a feeling with Sporting Kansas City scoring 3 in their last match, Minnesota scoring 5, and both teams are just going to push. I think that we see goals here, and I think that Sporting Kansas City are going to win this at home, and I think they'll win 4-3 over Minnesota United. So that leads us into St. Louis City versus Seattle Sounders. I don't think that much is going to happen in this one. The only thing that could happen here is Seattle making sure and solidifying home field advantage if they beat St. Louis on the road. And I don't think St. Louis are going to play their big names for the whole match because they have home field advantage. They've already won the West. So I think that they will relax a little bit, but I think because they are playing at home, Seattle's not going to come in and win. I think that this ends in a point for both teams, and I think it ends in a 1-1 draw there in St. Louis. Our second to last match, we have Toronto FC versus Orlando City there in the East. Again, this one I got a feeling will probably be a pretty boring match. It might be exciting in a sense, but Toronto 5-match losing streak, and I think it goes beyond that. Orlando City are coming off are on a 3-match winning streak. Orlando is definitely the stronger side, but they are playing in Toronto. But there's nothing for them to fight for. They can't move up to first, and no one can catch them to take that second place spot from them. So Orlando is sealed in at that second position. And to be honest, I got a feeling that this match is going to end in a 0-0 draw. That is a bold prediction, I know. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw there at BMO Field. Last but not least, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus LAFC. Both teams are in the playoffs, but there is still some fight. Vancouver could get into a top 4 spot. LAFC need to solidify their second spot there in the West. It's going to be a tough one for me on this one. Vancouver are on a 3-match unbeaten streak, 1 win, 3 draws in their last 4. LAFC are coming off of 2 wins and pretty dominant ones, 4-2 over Austin on the road, and then 5-1 over Minnesota at home. They're on the road here, but I think that Vancouver win. I think that Vancouver win this match to get into a top 4 spot potentially and get some home field advantage there, but I think that they win this match 1-0 over LAFC. So that is it for my predictions on Decision Day. Please tell me down below who you think is going to make the playoffs. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you like the content, and we will see you for the live streams on Saturday.